And so as an Odinist, you're not worshiping Odin. Like if I pray, there is no praying to Odin like, oh Odin, oh give me stuff, come do stuff for me because I'm not capable of doing for myself. I'm a weak, pathetic individual. Odin wouldn't have me. He wouldn't give a shit. You know, like as an Odinist, you do like like there's a path that he took, and there's certain things, rights that he went through in order to attain the positions and the knowledge and the power that he had. And if you want those, you need to also walk that walk. You don't need me going, oh mighty Odin, can I learn how to be something? I have to go do for myself. And that's why, like, when he showed me something, he didn't tell me. He showed me, he gave me a key and said, you want it, go get it. And that's when I call to Odin, I'm about to do something. And I'm trying to go ahead and look, like, just like I hope my wife's watching. Like, I'm about to do some shit. I'm not crying, I'm not begging him for nothing. And he wouldn't respect me if I did.
Because that's victimy.
So what's that?
It's like victim consciousness to be like, oh, I can't, I need someone to do for me. Yep. Or whatever.
Exactly. It's totally a total victim consciousness. And then it takes away all your power, because now the situation isn't something I can help or I can control. Only God, some God can step in and deal with that. And that's just not true ever. That's, you might not like some of your options.
The God.
Exactly.
You are the God that creates your reality.
100%. 100%. And some people have more control of that than others. And Odin walked a certain path and went through certain things. And if I want to achieve the level he is, that, I'll never be Odin, but if I want to achieve a higher level like he did, I have to do the same things. I have to walk the same walk, and that is the left-hand path. And so he's not really my, like, guru or anything else. He's just a teacher. And I have lots of teachers, some of them on simple things, some of them on complex things. And so, and as far as the culture, that is my roots. And when I look at plants, I can take a landrace plant. And again, people, for whatever reasons, understand these things are cannabis and not other things. But I could take a OG Kush that is a Northern California plant. And if I can take it over to Arizona or, Colorado, South Dakota, wherever, and I can make that plant grow. I'm going to have to every one of those instances put in a substantial amount of extra work in order to make the conditions that plant is going to thrive in Northern California. I can take and I can go blink and zick that thing out into the field, and all of a sudden come spring, that thing's like, hey, and it's huge, because there is something that your salts tie to the land, and you react differently to that. And my heritage is Germanic primarily, and that was where they followed Odin. And so when I went to connect to that, all of a sudden all the paths were super easy. All the things, like I said, the first time I read the Havamal, it was like, did I write this? This is just how I live. Like, as opposed to having to really work at understanding. So that's the cultural path that I choose. Now, as far as and some of those things, that the way I act, they are just slightly varied because of the Havamal. I wasn't near as friendly as the Havamal calls for. I had to adjust that a little bit. I was always very friendly, and a fairly helpful person, but like the Havamal's super strict about it. So like something like this last summer, this tweaker chick, or I'm pretty sure it was meth. I couldn't guarantee it, but she shows up at my trash pile, and I live out in the middle of nowhere. It's a almost hour drive to get gas or buy a pack of cigarettes. Um, so yeah, I'm like, and this lady's just standing barefoot at my trash pile, just looking through, just looking around. I'm like, the fuck? And you're normal. And then I went up and tried to talk to her, are you looking for someone? And the first she says something, and I'm like, are you looking for that person? And then she says some other thing, and I'm like, are you that person? And the whole time she's holding this piece of plastic up and talking to me through it. And I'm like, so then I turn around and scream for my wife. There you go. I'm fuck. She's crazy. Damn it. And but we still took her up to the house in case she was having some kind of a sugar crash or something like that. We made her a smoothie out of some fresh fruit, and then ended up taking her to the hospital, where those people could deal with it.